Hello to you and welcome to Adelante Chicago. I'm Lourdes Duarte. Thank you so much for joining us today. Bienvenidos. Well, Parkinson's disease affects individuals of all ethnicities. However, some research suggests that Latinos may be at a higher risk of developing this disease compared to other ethnic groups. We can explain that. Here to talk a little bit more about this debilitating disorder is Dr. Paulina Gonzalez Latapy. She is a movement disorder specialist with Northwestern Medicine, and then also Jennifer Fearday with the Parkinson's Foundation. Welcome, ladies. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Okay, so I want to begin with explaining a little bit more about Parkinson's disease. Many of us know that it's a neurological disorder, but that's sort of where our knowledge ends, right? So give us a little bit more insight.
Of course. So Parkinson's disease, it is a disease that affects the brain. It is a neurodegenerative disease, meaning it gets worse over time. As you mentioned in the intro, it can affect people of all ethnicities, usually more so people in their 60s and older, although in some rare cases, also younger individuals. And it's basically a disease that happens because there's not enough dopamine in our brain, and that leads to some motor symptoms like tremor, slowness with movement, difficulty with balance, and also some non-motor symptoms like difficulty with sleep or lack of sense of smell.
Okay. At the onset of Parkinson's, what are some initial things that people may notice?
Yeah, so some people may notice initially a tremor, especially if there's some shaking that happens on one hand, on one side of the body. And then also they may notice that they're starting to have some more balance issues, perhaps some more falls, or their movements are slower. It takes them longer to do activities such as get dressed or get in and out from a car. Now, I'll also say perhaps decades before there's a motor symptom, there's some shaking, there can be some changes in the way that they sleep. People may act out their dreams at night, or they may notice a lack of sense of smell.
That's interesting. Okay, so I want to talk about how this disease specifically impacts our Latino communities. And we hear with many disorders that Latinos, one, are not getting treated. I imagine it's the same situation for Parkinson's. Is that what you're noticing?
That's correct. So while this disease also affects Latinos, they present later in time to a physician, so at a later stage of disease. So, and we also see that they are at a greater risk of developing other symptoms such as memory issues or cognitive problems. And we also see that some of the treatments that are available nowadays, they may be offered later in their disease or even not offered at all.
Okay, we'll talk a little bit more about treatment in a second, but I want to bring you into the conversation to discuss on an organizational level the types of resources that are out there for the Latino community.
Absolutely. So Parkinson's Foundation, as we offer a variety of resources on our webpage at parkinson.org. We also offer them both in English and Spanish, and it ranges from fact sheets, publications, podcasts, blogs, and even our interactive webinars, which we keep archived on our YouTube channel. But more importantly, I'd love to highlight that April is Parkinson Awareness Month. And the Parkinson's Foundation did, put out a campaign specifically with the theme of Meet Pam. Pam stands for Parkinson Awareness Month, and she's our digital guide who's going to kind of help guide the community, introducing some information as well as videos weekly through our webpage as well as on our social media page. So we encourage everyone to, follow in tune with much of the resources that we're putting out. And as you said, we do have a lot of this information as well in English and in Spanish, and you can visit that at parkinson.org.
Okay, and you've got the Spanish virtual event that's coming up.
Yeah, so Conozca a Pam.
Conozca a Pam. Meet Pam.
Meet
Okay.
Pam.
Okay. A lot of these resources we know are available in Spanish. When it comes to treatment or research on how this impacts Latinos, what are you noticing? What are some of the obstacles?
Well, definitely Latinos are not included enough in the research.
In the research, right?
Exactly. And it's not even that our community doesn't want to participate, but they are just not asked to participate. So that's why it's so important for me and for the Parkinson's Foundation as well to let our community know that there's those resources available, that research is available, and that they should advocate for themselves to participate in the research and be part of this conversation.
So what can we do to make sure that they are included in part of this research, right? I mean, building awareness is part of it. Should they be writing to sort of your local congressman, which you hear that so many times, but what can we do to make sure we get included in that?
Yeah, well, the first thing is, or the easiest thing would be for them to actually present to a neurologist or to a movement disorder specialist so that if there is a diagnosis of Parkinson's disease to be made, that the diagnosis is made, and a lot of us, then we all present these opportunities to participate in research. So really it's just even the first step of getting that diagnosis that has been one of the issues as well.
And it seems like the earlier you catch it, the more opportunity you have for treatment, right?
That is definitely the case. The more opportunity to participate in research, the earlier that some of these treatments are started, specifically those that are geared towards exercise, physical therapy, the better the symptoms will be over time.
Okay, so interesting. Thank you, ladies, for coming in. It looks like you've got a bunch of stuff going on. They can go to the website, parkinsons.org, to get more information, whether it's in English, in Spanish, anything that you want to know about PAM will be on there. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
for having
you
us.
for having us.